Muhammad Al Ansari. Today I'm gonna answer interview questions from the page. Here we find the first question. Hello, thank you for taking the time to record this video. We're looking for authenticity, so please avoid reading from any pre-written script or repeating pre-prepared answers. This is about hearing your genuine responses. Any scripted answers may result in disqualification. Ready, let's get started. So, tell us about yourself in a way that goes beyond your resume. I am Muhammad Al Ansari uh, from Engineering College, Cairo University, Faculty of Engineering, Electrical Power Department. And I am very optimistic about my career. I'm very ambitious. I'm very driven about this position. I have experience in my field of electrical engineering. I know about classical control circuits and programmable logic controllers. Classical control circuits are concerned with um, controlling the operating mode of a motor, regulating its operation, its direction of rotation, reversing its direction, and changing the connection from start to delta and vice versa, using contactors, sensors, timers, relays. I also have experience in programmable logic controllers. Programmable logic controllers are pretty similar to classical control circuits in functionality, but they differ pretty much in their construction and the way they operate and deliver electricity to the motor because PLCs are mainly an execution of a written code in the PC. This written code is then transmitted through an Ethernet cable to a PLC module, which is wired to another group of contactors, which are responsible for taking the action, reversing the direction of rotation of the motor, or even delivering the electricity to the motors, leading to their operation. I also have experience in variable speed drives, which are more sophisticated in their design, in their operation and functionality than classical control circuits and PLCs, because they instantaneously are responsible for instantaneous control of the speed, and they as well control the way the motor starts from its standstill state into the rated speed of the motor, but it takes time, but it regulates the transition from stationary to motion in a very smooth way. So there is no high starting current, and there is also the soft stopping, which is the braking, controlling the braking mode of the motor, making its braking very smooth and pretty safe for the motor for in order to secure the motor from any kind of uh, damages or excessive heating of the motor. Um, so, what kind of strength will make you good for fit dial experts? I have communication skills. Um, I have like the empathy quality, reports, how to build report. I'm an active listener. I have what it takes to communicate with different personalities. I have persuasion skills, how to convince the other person with a certain argument. Um, Describe a time you helped someone solve a problem. Describe a time you helped someone solve a problem. I had a friend back in the college. I had a friend at the first year of college. He was struggling so much with every subject we had in the college back then. So I helped him. Uh, I helped him how. I helped him to overcome his struggles. He couldn't like succeed in all the quizzes, all the midterms. He always failed the exams. So I helped him, to study in the proper way, because the way he was studying, the way he was preparing for exams was really was really wrong and really misleading, and would never lead to any success in the academic career. So I helped him figure out new ideas, and to study in a way that would make him understand better all the concepts that we have had in the college back then. We were in engineering college, so we had always mathematical topics like algebra, um, like geometry, and like calculus, integration, differentiation, and physics. We had electromagnetics, and we had thermodynamics, and we had chemistry, and we had a lot of very like heavy subjects to study. So he was struggling. So in mathematics and calculus, it's not about memorization. It's about understanding the pattern, recognizing the patterns of the integration, and that's something that I have trained him to yeah, to adapt with, the different patterns of integration. So and then he passed the exams. What does given above and beyond mean to you? Um, going above and beyond mean to you? Like going above and beyond. When I hear it, I understand that it's about going above and beyond means you had a dream, you had a goal, you had an expectation, you would reach a certain goal in a certain time, but unexpectedly you you went above and beyond this goal. You even exceeded your own expectations. You exceeded that you would succeed, but you wouldn't expect that um, you'd be world known worldwide. For example, like you expect to be in Egypt, work in Egypt, be a CEO of a company in Egypt, but everything exceeded your expectation. You've become a CEO in a company in US, for example. So this is for me what's the meaning of going above and beyond. What's your experience with customer service, cold calling, or live transfer? Well, customer service, there is a difference between customer service and cold calling. Customer service is the primary connection between the customer and the customer sales representative, customer service representative. So the customer service representative have two options: inbound calls and outbound calls. In inbound calls, the customer is receiving the customer service representative is receiving calls from the customer who has already shown interest in the service that the company is providing. While outbound calls for the customer service, outbound calls are just calls that are made by the customer service representative towards the customer who has already shown interest before about the company service. And cold calling is pretty different from customer service, because cold calling, we are reaching out to clients, to customers who have never shown any interest before in the company, but we are listing them, we are dialing them. But there is as well in cold calling, there is inbound calls and outbound calls. So inbound calls, the same, is receiving calls from parties, from customers who has not shown interest before. So this is Inbound and outbound is that the cold caller himself is dialing other parties that have never shown any interest before in the service that the company is providing. Live transfers. Live transfers. I had some training in cold calling, in PBS, in teleperformance, and in TalkEase. Um, in previous role, how many leads did you generate? In all niches, optional. Tell us about your performance and achievements. Well, I had made uh, two leads before in my training. I had made two leads before. Um, what are your strategies for building rapport with new people over the phone? So, to build rapport, it requires you to show empathy towards the person. Like if they are discussing a certain problem they have faced during the from the service that the company is providing, maybe there is some service that they are looking for that they didn't receive. Maybe there is a problem with the quality. Maybe there is some kind of problem they're trying to discuss and talk about. But you have to show the empathy. You have to be an active listener, understanding them, communicating, understanding what they need and their message and what they are trying to deliver, as well as matching their tonality, matching the tempo with which they are speaking. So you have a customer, he speaks in a certain way, he speaks with a certain tempo. You have an old man, you're talking to a very old man, so you have to know how to match your tonality, match your the tempo with which you are speaking, the pace of the speech, slow down. Maybe you are speaking with someone who is rushing too much in his speech, so you have to rush as well. So we are trying to match the other person's tonality. So this is very important in building rapport if you are trying to communicate with the other person in an effective way and making the conversation going. What do you think are the three most important aspects of a successful call in a cold calling environment? hmm The three most important aspects of a successful call in a cold calling environment. So, number one aspect is building rapport and through showing empathy. So, showing empathy, this is number one. Number two is active listening. And number three, and active listening is by not interrupting uh, the customer. So the customer is speaking, you don't interrupt them, you let them speak. This is number one. This is very important, by the way, because if you keep interrupting the customer, it will make them feel like you are arrogant. You're being arrogant with them, and this is really very turning off. It turns off any customer if you are showing that you are arrogant. So the first one we said is empathy, showing empathy, and you're not just a monotone, you're not a robot talking to a customer. Number three, the number three aspect in a successful call. Um, yeah, the number three aspect is to always be in touch with the customer. Like you're gonna talk to give a call to some manager. If there is an issue with something, you're gonna call a manager, a team leader. So before you are hanging up the call with the customer, temporarily hang up the call because you're gonna make a dial to someone else, you have to inform them, I'm gonna call my manager and get back to you. There's some customer representatives or customer service representatives who never really care about this point of communicating that I'm gonna call my manager before I get back to you. No, they just hang up the call directly without telling the customer, I'm gonna hang up, I'm gonna call my manager and get back to you. So you have to like respect the other person, not hang up the call directly on the other person. There is very much customer service who is representatives who have been doing this terrible mistake. So working with us means following a full-time shift, 8-9 hours a day. US, we require high reliability and commitment. Can you confirm your adherence to the outlined schedule? How did you stay motivated? It's an 8 or 9 hours a day. 8 an hour, 9 hours a day. Well, I would like it to be rotational. I prefer that it's rotational because myself have some schedules in between. In some days, I have different schedules every day, so I'd like some flexibility in the shifts. And 9 hours, 8 hours, it's no big deal. But the main important thing is that it's rotational. It could be rotational rather than fixed, and it would be better for me if the shifts are rotational. What excites you most about the possibility of moving to a sales role? Okay, what excites me most about the possibility of moving to a sales role? A salesperson requires negotiation skills, persuasion skills. A sales representative has to be able to convince the right people about the right products. So I want to convince a certain amount of product. I must target the right audience for this product. So I'm trying to target other parties who are interested in the product that I'm selling. But some products are not appropriate for some kinds of people. Like if I'm trying to promote a product like a boxing glove, I want to sell this boxing glove. I should target the audience who are interested in it, people who like boxing, who like martial arts. I don't target girls, for example, about when I'm uh, when I'm making like outbound calls, when I'm reaching out to customers. I have listed the customers that I'm reaching out based on their gender, based on their interests. I've made my own research about the audience that I'm gonna attract. So I'm gonna attract audience who are interested in my product. Not every product fits every customer. No, there is different personalities, different perspectives, different interests. Not everyone will be interested in the product that I'm selling unless they are the kind of person who gets attracted to this product. May I know what you expect from our side and yours? What you expect from our side and yours? Well, I expect teamwork. I expect um, that there will be open discussions. I expect that we will have um, endless conversations, different opinions. I will have different opinions. You will have different opinions. We will always gonna be uh, some differences and some uh, other arguments we will be agreeing on, mutual agreement on some arguments, and we will have disagreements in some other arguments and topics. Stage 4, if you were speaking to a customer who didn't initially seem interested, what creative approach would you take to keep them on the line and learn more about their needs? Well, if a customer is not interested in a product I'm selling or any kind of service, if the customer didn't show interest, maybe because they didn't the service didn't meet their expectations. They're expecting some quality that I didn't provide. So I'll ask them, what kind of quality are you looking for that you didn't find? I will tell him that you are one of our very special customers, and we will reduce the price for you because you're one of our special customer. I will make the customer feel special. So if I make him feel special, this would be very like smart, because if he feels special, it attracts him to it makes him feel important, which is pretty much the main thing that I'm trying to deliver to the customer. The main thing that could attract the customer, if you make him feel important, if you make him feel like his needs are met, and his expectations about the quality of the service or the product are met, this would make the customer pretty much attracted to the service, even if he didn't show interest. If you make him feel important, if you negotiate with him, if you offer him some reduction because he is one of our special customers, and if you would like to inquire from him what kind of quality is he looking for, he likes usually, so maybe this would be the argument to improve the qualities of the facility or the company we are working on. Describe a situation where you had to adapt your communication style. Well, in many situations, we have to adapt our communication style. I remember back in the day when I was at college, I had a presentation. I've been making a presentation about power system control and transmission lines, and how to control the voltage, and how controlling the voltage is pretty important. Other than that, there could happen performance deterioration and damage to all equipment, all electrical equipment, if the voltage isn't controlled. So I was discussing this topic, and I have been making a presentation. I had to adapt my communication style. I had to make my voice loud, which was not usually the case. My voice has never been loud in any social situation, so I have to adapt my communication style. I have to be louder. I have to be expressive. I have to explain. So I was very expressive in the in the in the presentation while I was making it at the college. I was very loud, very expressive, and I demonstrated my idea, and everyone understood what I was talking about. Based on the job summary provided, what excites you most about this role? What excites me most about this role? Well, what's exciting is when you are communicating with a person who is seemingly not interested, and you convince them, and you are negotiating, and you are setting the tone, and you are controlling the conversation, and you are making the other person convinced, while gradually the other person gets convinced. Not out of the blue he's gonna get convinced, but through conversation, through negotiating with him about the price, about the quality, understanding what he needs, what he's requiring, what he's looking for. So understanding the customer, what's his expectation about the quality of the product or the service uh, that he is demanding. Given that our top performing agents can advance to the sales team, what are your personal goals in this role? your performance goals in this role? Well, actually, sales team, yeah. Personal goals is to really connect to the customers, to really make them to our site, to help to like to attract customers and make them clients, make them our uh, like make it friendly with customer, make the customer feel like a friend to the to the company or to the service. Like the brand will grow more if we make our relationship with customers like more friendly and make them feel welcomed and make them feel important. So this would make the customers pretty much attracted to the company or the brand that we are promoting. Kindly record the script as if you are in an actual real call with a customer. Hello, this is Jackson on a recorded line. Am I speaking to am I speaking with Nelson? I'm calling from TalkEase regarding a personal loan offer you may have seen in a recent email. I'd like to help you explore this offer and go over your options. Is now a good time to speak? Okay, this was it, and thank you for this questions. I pretty much liked the intelligence of these questions, and it was a pleasure to me to answer those questions. Thank you.